Hey, what's up? Don't click away. I'm going to be covering some really important machines that we use on a daily. I'm going to be going over Forward and Sunshine. I'm going to be covering the pros and the cons of each one and which one we prefer. So make sure you stick around and check out this episode. Alright, what's up guys? Thanks for sticking around and watching this episode. If this is your first time here and you guys enjoy all things tech and repair related, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and smack the bell so you're notified on our latest videos. If you do need a screen repair, please reach us at www.mrphonedoctor.com or simply email us repairs@mrphonedoctor.com. I really wanted to make this video and show you guys the major differences between Forward's machine and Sunshine's machine. You know, as times change, technology and everything advanced, so nowadays there's a lot of different separating machines out there that help make this type of job a lot more handy and resourceful. Everyday technology is changing and advancing. With that, we like to stay up to date and make things easier during our repairs. This is why I'm making this video. I wanted to go over the pros and the cons of both of these machines. Now there's a lot of you guys are asking, why don't you freeze the S9s and above? We still have a very low success rate, so therefore I am not a fan of the freezer. We do like to use a freezer if we do get some S8, S8 Pluses in bulk. We'll definitely throw those on the freezer. But as far as everything going forward, this is going to be the way it is. You're going to have to learn the skill of how to separate the glass from the displays manually. And using these tools here, they just makes it a lot more seamless. All right, let's go ahead and deep dive into both of these machines. I'm gonna go over the pros and the cons. I'm gonna first start off with heating temperatures. Both of these machines get up to a good amount of heat level to separate the glass. The only con that I saw was one of them does take longer than the other to get up to temperature, and that was Forward's. Forward's machine here, it takes about 20 to 30 minutes to get up to about 90 degrees Celsius, whereas in the Sunshine machine here, this one heats up very quick. It was about 5 to 7 minutes for that heat up. Another big difference that I did see was that Forward's machine actually has 3 different presets that you can program. If you notice here, you can see that it's got channel 1, channel 2, and channel 3. So you can actually pre-program these to different temperatures, and with the quick switch of a button, see that we can get it heating up to 90, or we can get it back down to 60. So that is a really cool feature that I saw on Forward's machine. Sunshine, however, does not have that, so it's variable at one temperature. You have to just manually set it, and once you set it, it's set up to go. So that is one big pro on Forward's machine. Now another advantage that I saw in Forward's machine is this machine here actually has a full 360 rotating plate. So that is a really cool feature that I saw on Forward's machine. As to where Sunshine's is a little behind, it does lock up on us. It'll lock up at about, I'd say, I don't know what degrees that is, but it still gives you good full rotation, but the only thing is, you know, it does time out, so it stops. All right, another advantage that I saw with Forward's machine is its locking mechanism. It allows you to lock the plate, and it's easily accessible. All you gotta do is you just flip this little switch forward, boom, and it's locked. Now the only inconvenience that I saw in Sunshine's is that this little locking mechanism here, you have to actually turn it. So as you turn it, sometimes the plate may be in the way, depending where you're working, and it kind of interferes with it. So I really love how Forward designed their machine to have this clamp up on front. And then at times, you know, if you're here and your plate's at 90 degrees Celsius hot, you're gonna burn yourself. So you're gonna have to get some gloves on and get something to actually unscrew this part here. So that's the only part that I see, is that this is actually in a bad place. So another advantage that I did see with Forward's machine is its actual clamping system. It's really uniquely designed. You can either fasten this in with some bolts here, you can stick those in here, fasten it in, or if you want to be able to easily remove this plate, you can actually just run it with the vacuum and the silicone pad, which is how we're using it here. I just find it a lot easier having this sit here, using a couple of its pins. We'll use a few of its pins right here to set them in, and once you have them in there, we can actually just set this plate down on here just like that, and this will just help keep it aligned. So we'll have that there, and then of course for reinforcement, while we're using the machine, we'll actually hit the vacuum on it. See that? So it gives it a nice grab. You can rotate freely, full 360. And the really cool thing that I like about this is how it locks in. It's not spring loaded or anything, which Sunshine's, it's spring loaded, so you gotta give it some force and push it. I'll go over that in detail here right now. I'm just gonna show you this one first. But it's really easy to use. All you gotta do is just unscrew right here and tighten this up depending on what size of phone you have, and you're clamped in and locked in. So really cool. I like that feature here that this is actually removable. So if you needed to, you could just pull this off, boom, pull that off, set another AMOLED display on here, start working on it, cranking away, and then stick this back on there. So I'm going to show you how Sunshines work, which is a little bit different. Technically, we don't like to use this pad just because it gets in the way. If you notice that it does have a mechanism here which actually helps clamp the phone. It's spring loaded, you can see it lock, and it does have a little fastener that sits in these grooves here. So this one, you got to make sure that you just set it in, line it up, and once you have it lined up, you can actually go ahead and insert the AMOLED display. So you can see here that it does need to be forced. These springs have to actually engage. So what we have to do is we have to make sure that this locker is up front. See what I mean? And then the thing is, this sucker is going to be hot. So if you're going to be touching this, you're going to be wearing gloves. As where with this one, you just set it on there, boom, you're good to go. You know, so that's one big pro on this forward one here. So good thing is I have the temperature down on this machine here. See that? So we have it locked in. It's working good. Just let it get to temperature and you can begin working on this display. So that is one thing. Forward, good job guys. You guys are honestly, for you guys just starting out in the repair industry and manufacturing all these devices, your guys' blue laser machine's really good. You know, this separating machine's really good. So keep it up guys. You guys are doing great. I look forward to seeing what else you guys have coming out in the future. Now, one cool thing that I did see with Sunshine's machine was it actually has a outlet here. So if you needed to plug in any kind of device or, you know, aux, maybe using your rotary tool here to remove the Oka, it's really handy to have this here so you're not having to run so many wires. So that's a pretty cool feature, you know. Forward, they don't have any kind of output on here, but you know, we have a power strip running to it, so you could survive without it. But I really liked how Sunshine had this installed. Now, another feature that this Sunshine machine has, it actually has a timer on the vacuum. So if you're working on here, you can set the timer vacuum to a certain time. Let's say that we are at, so you can see we're at 5 minutes for the timer, and there we go. So it changes in 30-second increments. So, you know, it'll actually turn off. So there's one start-stop button that'll actually start the machine, turns on the vacuum, and the heat's already going. And there we go. So the timer will count down and turn off once it hits the minutes that you have set on it. Forward's machine doesn't have that. So, I mean, me personally, I really don't think that the timer switch is too much of a great deal, you know. Now, another couple features on the Forward is that it does have a heating switch, so you can actually turn the heat on and off with the switch of a button, which is cool. You don't have to kill it. So if you wanted to work on here with the vacuum running, you just hit the vacuum. See that? All right, so now it's time to pick a winner. Which one of these guys is gonna stay in our shop permanently? And the winner's gonna be Forward. I'm just gonna have to choose Forward, guys. Thank you, Sunshine. You guys did create a beautiful, great machine here. But unfortunately, Sunshine, I'm just gonna have to stick to it. I'm a real fan of the 360 rotating plate that it has. And of course, I really love this clamp here. This clamp is just, you know, I don't have to worry about finding gloves or anything like that. It's easily accessible, it's in the front. And the cool thing is, you know, the plate is not ever in the way of it. So you can just clamp and go, rotate and move. So that is just my choice. You know, you guys are free to choose whatever you guys want to choose, but the Forward is the way to go. So even though this machine, it did take about 20 minutes to heat up, it's still gonna be a great machine. Don't let that steer you away from it. What we did here in shop was we just have Wi-Fi plugs running to it. So before we come into work, we'll just turn on the machine. And once we get here, it's already at temperature. So, you know, just be patient with it. You know, you can find other things to do while it's heating up. But if you're impatient, you want things to heat up quick, I highly recommend just install a Wi-Fi plug and you'll be able to turn it on and off in an instant. So that pretty much wraps up my comparison video, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If there's anything else out there that you guys want to see, let us know. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell notification so you're notified on our latest videos. And make sure you guys check us out on social media. I'll see you guys in the next one. Cheers.